Hello, world, and we are back. My name is Kyle Fischel. Excuse me. This is going to be the next streamed session in my Monday streams. Didn't do it the last two times. Had a hurricane hit. Then it was Labor Day, so thought it'd be better to take those ones off, especially as hurricane a little more important than Labor Day. But didn't think too many people would like to play poker or watch during that time. But we're back. We're on ClubGG. In for 300, so up a little bit right now. Start some music. Hopefully the volume's good. And hopefully we get some good hands, some good content for y'all. At least a nice one to start out one of my next videos, but we shall see. Not 5-3. Need a little bit better than that. Gotta stay hydrated during the streams. Voice wears out a little bit when you're talking for extended periods. Would have had a straight versus two different two pairs. Been a fun little four on the river there. Two pairs. Been a fun little four on the river there for me. Still not quite playable, but we will crack on. I went out there interested in joining me or playing with me. You can message me on Instagram, Kyle_Fischel. Get you set up that way after the stream. Otherwise, enjoy. Live vicariously through me. No need to sit down in the streets. You can just watch other people do it. That's why I watch Hustler live stream, because I don't have $100,000 to play with. But I can it's fun to watch other people play with that kind of money. See a 3-bet from a $4 open. Not the worst open with Jack 8, but +1, it's a little too early, a little too early of position, a little too early of the session to be a little crazy. Why wouldn't I get a phone call in a stream? Sounds about right. Usually that just kind of gets eaten up by the stream. I would have made it straight too. It's fun. But not this time. Comes through. Not very playable. Coming up on the blinds. See if we can't steal a walk or... Ugh, not a great one to play. Guess we shall see. can't really call 8 with a Jack 4. Seems kind of bad at that point. Yo! Thanks for joining. Appreciate it, Michael. Feel free to ask me any questions. Or say anything, really. Would have made it open-ended, but a lot of 3-bets so far. Check 3/4. Maybe it's close 2/3. Huh. Ooh, and we find a playable one. Probably a 3-bet. See how that goes. Start with that. See if the Ace Queen of Hearts can pull some magic for me. Go with 21 for starters. Okay, Ace Queen is a winner. Easy game. Really did not like that I was out of position, but I guess we don't have to worry about that anymore. 10-6 suited in position. Still not fantastic, but you know, playable in the loosest, wildest of games. Which maybe this is one of them. You know, people are playing somewhat any two. Ugh, punish the nit. That's me. Punish me for not playing the 10-6 of spades. Bad turn card for me. Would have had to call that bet. Yep, guess we won't know what the result of that one would have been, but I would have been there to the river, obviously. Could even raise, but not sure you're ever really getting a jack to fold. Walk. Yeah, for the one-eyed jacks, like the hurricane was coming, Hurricane Ian like 2-3 weeks ago, and then it was Labor Day, so took that off as well. And then I got COVID, so you know, sickness and hurricanes and everything's just been kind of getting in the way. So I haven't been able to play live all too often the last 3 weeks, but hoping to get a session in possibly Thursday at One-Eyed Jacks. We'll have to make sure that we're 100%, because currently my wife is still sick, so need to make sure that she's better as well. Can't really, bye honey, go to play poker. Try not to die at home. Can't really pull that one. Well, we're definitely opening Ace Queen. Now we're opening it to 8 because I want to size up a little bit. If I get 3 bets, it's probably a call, honestly, but not happy about it. On my favorite board. If I had the Ace of Hearts, I would definitely c-bet, but just get led into for over half pot and called. Guess it's an easy fold, you know. Weird. Yeah, not definitely not my hand. Just led into for over half pot. Get called, continue with the over half pot lead by hate ace jack. I mean, hearts completed too. Do you ever just lead there with hearts? Like, it's so weird. You have a set. 9, 10, ace 5. Just lead huge with straight draw. Yeah, I think you check back on that. I think you check on that jack of hearts. Like, you really think he's calling you with just a king? And if he is, like, I don't know. If he raises you, it's not really. King doesn't raise there, unless it's ace, king, ace of hearts exactly. So I think that straight just needs to fold there when he's raised. I'm probably gonna open this one. Let's find a better song to play. Maybe this one. I'm not really calling for a 3-bet, so not the most entertaining of sessions so far, but we're still up $4 in for 300, so possibly have some work to make up. Thanks, Michael. I appreciate that. Yeah, she actually she would never like choose to not go to work even sick, because you use your sick days to have fun. You don't use sick days to be sick. But even when she was there, they just sent her home. They're like, all right, well, come back when you're better. So, ooh, jacks. That's gonna be fun. I hate 3-betting out of the small blind, but it is what it is. A little over half pot. Just fold, dude. It's fine. You can fold. You don't have to just call with your king 10 garbage. All right, went a little 3-bet pot there. A little spicy gap. Getting $18 profit so far. Seems like a pretty good hourly, as we've been on for about 10 minutes. This hand's playable. I don't like. I actually like playing ace wheels suited as either limps or like calls multi-way. I'm really only trying to flush over flush someone, never really trying to win with a pair of aces, because you're the one who's always like gonna get crushed there. So I'm probably just gonna limp if it gets to me. Don't really know anything about that player though. He's like new to the game. So not sure I want to tangle with him specifically. I'd rather tangle someone who I like totally understand is like really aggressive or really tight. So I at least like know where I'm at a little bit more as the hand progresses. And we would have whiffed anyway, so I guess it's a good fold. I can see it. So it just continues. And wins. So again, we don't even learn a whole lot. We don't know if he has a king. We don't know if he has hearts, ace X. This guy could be playing like anything really. This hand's also somewhat playable if it folds all the way to us. A little bit more than my other hand. Like I could actually raise this one. Has some straight and flush and a little bit more nut potential. And like if you flop a 6, you're like hardly ever dominated, but you can kind of just know where you're at. Hopefully bad at poker doesn't 3-bet us, because he 3-bets a lot, so I kind of have to tighten up. Yeah. Knew it was a bad sign. was a lot of squeezes like that, so might have to just tighten up and not play too many hands if he's like 2 to my left. Kind of a disappointing seat draw, but it is what it is. Goes for 1/3 after he makes it 48 pre. He gets called. Very dry board. Like, I guess Ace Jack would c-bet there at some frequency as well, so it's not like he even has to have a hand. Dr. Thomas is one of the tighter players, I would say, so expect him to at least have like Queen 10 at minimum, maybe really closer to Ace Queen or Pocket Jacks or something. Alright, thanks for stopping by, Michael. I appreciate it. I'll see you later. Yeah, pocket pair, definitely decent. Ace King, also a reasonable 3-bet. Not even reasonable, it just is. Not totally insane, not going for 2 3-bets in a row. Would be something. I think this board actually favors my opponent a little bit more than me. I think they have all the middling cards more often, so yeah, I just have to give this one up too. Wait till I connect a little bit better. Not exactly what I wanted. King 7, also not very playable. I almost misclicked and just hit call for a limp. Would have been not the greatest. Well, thank you all for joining me and watching. Feel free to ask me questions, comment in the chat. Pretty happy to get back to anyone on anything that's floating across their mind at any moment. So let me know what you feel about my play, other people's play, how your day's going, all that stuff. We'll say P7600 is pretty aggressive. He doesn't check a whole lot. As I say that, commentator's curse, he just checks immediately. But I expect the queen to play this way, just check it back when an ace hits. He just has... expect him to bet that one. 2 pairs a little tight of a check. Alright, sign up. There are people that are just checking 2 pair on this game. Yeah, probably gotta check. I'm looking for really just instrumental music. Sometimes the next song just that pops up on the free YouTube playlist is not quite what I'm looking for. Maybe this isn't even instrumental. What the hell? Seven, 8. You can make straights with 7, 8. That's part of the way. Oof. I don't think I'm getting the right price for a gut shot, but I'm gonna hit it. Just kidding. Turn 7. Thought a 9 was coming. Just the punishment for being a nit. Nope, would not have made it. It's probably just a fold. Definitely should have been, but here we are. Hi there, Stefan. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. Get to watch me do a horrible call pre and then probably just check fold. Like a boss. That's how the professionals play ace-8. They just waste money and then fold when they don't connect. Not quite strong enough to play again, but who knows? Probably fold and then flop a flush. So seem to be connecting quite well, the hands I do not continue with. Nope, not very good this time. I would have made a flush. Sounds about right. I actually do play poker full time. I don't have a regular job. Typically play like 3 or 4 times a week live. Make a video about 1 or 2 of them here and there. Sometimes, if the games are like really good certain places, I'll just focus on playing. Other times I'll just know that I'm gonna focus on making videos and put more effort into that. So all kind of depends, but yeah, it is my primary and only source of income is poker and poker related things. Do some commentary here and there and coaching certain players on the side. So a lot of stuff just all around poker. Oh, but I'll have to play a 3-bet pot with this dude again. Ooh, jack ball. Half pot, because we have a jack, and there's 2 of them. And they're letters, and letters are pretty good. Heart's not my favorite. Got a queen, so could bet, but this guy's weird. He might just lead. Yeah, why not? Not my favorite run out. He has bluffs. I have to call. He has bluffs. Told you he has bluffs. Ah! Call an overbet with just a pair. That's why you tune in for the stream. Good call by me. I'll pat myself on the back for that one. Woo! Come catch these bluffs. Message me afterwards. That's a good start. In for 300. 407 now. So it's pretty good hourly. Like $100 every 20 minutes. Probably gonna be the hand that I clip and put into a YouTube video here and there. So congratulations for being here for the live version of it. I think the guy's going to be a little bit toasty, and he's going to 3-bet me out of spite now. But versus under the gun against a very tight player, you saw, like, he's probably the tightest guy at the table. 6% VPIP. I think we just fold Queen-Jack offsuit. Against 6% VPIP, I don't know. I think you can exploitatively play pretty tight against that person. Have the hiccups. Horrible for a stream, but would have loved that flop, though. Might even raise that with the Jack of Hearts. He probably has like Ace King, Ace Queen, but still. I like my hand there. Don't like 6-10 suited. I think you can make a living at 1-2 pretty easily, honestly. My win rate at 1-2 is like $136 an hour, and my win rate at 2-5 is like $72 an hour. So, like, theoretically, I should just be playing 1-2, and that's across, you know, hundreds of hours, because like 1-2, I guess the margin in skill is such that, you know, it's pretty easy to make like $200. You know, you're playing 1-2, everyone has $200. People will get $200 in the middle pretty easily. But like if you're playing 2-5, and everyone's got like $800-900 in front of them, a lot of people aren't really willing to just like rip $800. But they might just be like 20 call, 200 all in. And now you get to be like, okay, I have ace king, so I call. Or I have nothing, so I fold. You can play pretty perfectly. That happens a lot. But like at 2-5, if it's like 30, no one's going to be like, oh, I have 800. Let's just jam to try to win 100. Like, no one does that. So, you know, 1-2, you can make a living doing that pretty easily. In Florida, at least. Texas, too. I've seen some great 1-2 games in both those places. Vegas, a little bit harder. I've played Vegas 1-2, really just for alcoholic purposes. And, yeah, those games are actually, like, pretty nitty, pretty terrible. So, you know. And even like this is online 1-2, and I typically make like $200-300 a day, play for like an hour or two, and that's it. And $200 to $300 a day is livable. Like, just play for an hour or two, make my money, and then I log off and I don't worry about it for the rest of the day. Like, pretty much what I do. Even right now, I'm up $104, so that's it's more than some people make it in a day's shift. You know, people $20 an hour, 5 hours, up that in 20 minutes. So I appreciate everyone. I am on a delay, if you hadn't noticed, so I do appreciate now the comments coming through about good call with the Queen Jack. Yeah, definitely not easy. He leads in overbets. I'm not sure the overbet's ever like a flush, but I think it's hard to have a 5. It's just so like Ace of Spades. It's just so weird. Like, how do you have like a premium here lead overbet? Like, what full house does that? What flush does that? What 3 of a kind does that? It makes no sense. I'm gonna open this one. I'm probably gonna 3-bet and just fold, but still, gotta open the Queen 9. All right, he limped me. He limped. He probably doesn't have an ace, and if he does, it's not a good one. So we can bet and just win. Starting to pick up some momentum. Yeah, Krabby, that would be nice, but trying to like show the fans, or lack of a better word, the people who would tune in to watch me play, that how I really play a little bit, because a vlog is highly edited. It's 8 to 9 hands that happen across 4 or 5 hours. So you don't really get to see a lot of folding, and like here, like if I made like a really tight fold, I could just like choose to be like, well, this one is probably a bad fold, so I'm just not going to include it in the vlog, or I got absolutely crushed, so I'm just going to not include this session. You know, this is somewhere it's just like, here it is. Whatever happens, happens. And that's with like all the live streams. You know, you sign up for a live stream. A lot of people call other vloggers that are on live streams like nits and stuff, and it's like, no, it's just kind of reality. Like, you have to play kind of tight, and 20-30% really isn't nitty. It's kind of correct. Like, under 20% VPIP, I'd say is pretty tight, pretty nitty at that point. But you know, a lot of people, they sign up, they play that VPIP, and they play generally correctly, and you know, when it's not just next hand that goes multiple streets with multiple bets, it's a little bit different. Yep, 2-2. I don't know if it's the deep game. I played the 2-2 live stream there for 500 max. Otherwise, I've played the 2-5 there, so I don't know what their min-max buy-in is. But the 2-5 in Jacksonville was amazing. It was so good. And then the live streams are always, they're hit or miss. Sometimes people playing really tight and just kind of face up because they don't want to look silly or make a mistake. And then other times people are just, I don't know, out for clips, doing weird like raises and jams and opening weird hands just to try to like be funny and stuff. But how I pay my expenses, basically I just keep like a certain amount in a bankroll, and then whenever I win at poker, I'll just take my monthly expenses out of it off rip. Like if I win like the first week of the month, I'll just put all the cash that I won to the side that I need for expenses to the side and be like, all right, this month is done. Anything extra I put into a literal bank account instead of a bankroll, and sometimes I put it towards stock. I buy Apple, Amazon, UPS, Coca-Cola. Trying to get into some Starbucks because trying to diversify a little bit. Microsoft, a lot of different stocks that I put into periodically. Had a lot of Target too and Bud Light, but got rid of those relatively recently for different reasons. But yeah, it's kind of fun. Win like $500, be like, all right, I'm gonna put like 400 of these towards stock. So let's decide what we're buying today. Live poker and only have cash on you. Play online full time, so I don't have to deal with pure cash. I'm just curious. No, yeah, I do deal with cash a lot, like mostly cash. You know, I go to restaurants paying cash, do groceries paying cash. That's how I do it. Online, much less frequently, so not a whole lot of a digital footprint, let's say. My primary studying materials are I do pokercoaching.com, Jonathan Little's site. That's pretty much what I use now. So I find it pretty helpful. I think he goes deeper than you really need to out of 2-5 stakes, but I'd obviously like to improve and move up in stakes sometimes. But whenever I do and I go up in stakes, the people that I play with are like actually garbage. So everything you know about poker doesn't matter because they're just playing any two cards and doing unorthodox lines. So you can't really. You kind of just have to run good and pick your spots, you know, make stands, things like that. But instead of, oh, this is the perfect bluffing candidate because it blocks this. These guys don't even care. They just look down, oh, I got 8-9. I'm feeling good about it. I raise. Ooh, that's a fun flop. Could be a check raise. Don't think I lead ever. Definitely not folding, so we gotta see what my opponent decides to do. Don't really know a whole lot about Sammy, so I suppose I have too much equity to get blown off right now. Ooh, that's a fun one. 4-card straight flush? Guaranteed to miss, but we'll see. Told you it was guaranteed to miss. But he never checks a jack there. Oh, misclick. Oh, shh. I was going for like 22 to 24. Misclicked it to 2. Get snap called. Dang. Surprised he actually doesn't bet with the queen 9 there, but that's a clear. It's like a muffed fumble mess up. I would say Mariano probably does the best because he plays on Hustler Live. Like, you could see every hand of the session live right there. So, like, when he makes a video about Hustler Live, you could be like, oh, he left this out. Or, you know, he showed everything relevant. You could just know. Like, so I think for obvious reasons it's him. He's never, you know, he's just never gonna... He's never going to be able to, like, hide or sugarcoat things or, you know, paint a picture that didn't happen. No, it's all right there, and everyone could see it before, during, and after. Yeah, I saw the 7, the A7. That was disappointing to see, but A7 off's just not a hand you play. Oh, let's not get into the Bud Light thing. Ironically, I bought Bud Light. For anyone who does not know, I actually have a master's in finance. I studied it. I got a business degree at Stetson, worked at UPS. They paid for my master's degree, got it in finance because I want to know how to invest, you know, poker winnings correctly and finance a lifestyle of poker. So I actually went to school for it. And during the COVID, there was a week where, this was before the formal lockdowns of COVID, but the most searched thing on Google was beer virus. So the price of Bud Light went from like 90 to like 30, like overnight. And I just bought a bunch of it there because I was like, I knew it was going to come back because there was not an actual beer virus. People were just really dumb. And then it got back to like 60-ish, and then they had their whole new age thing, and I was like, all right, well, now I'm gonna toss that because that's gonna hurt them. What's not gonna hurt is, you know, me 3-betting these kings without misclicking. Well, if I get 4-bet, get aces, guess we'll see you at the river. Hope it's not an ace on the flop. I mean, it's online. It's always an ace on the flop, but maybe not this time. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, we're just pretty much committed. You got 2 pair, you got 2 pair. Good for you guys. Three-quarters pot size bet. If any of them call, it's fine. Dr. Thomas calls, not fine. Wet board, so we're pretty happy to just take that down win $70-ish from kings. Easy game. Yeah. Poker in the US is very different from anything in Europe. Europe, they're actually like good and they actually like understand math. In America, it's just like they have no clue. It's just guesses and feels, and everyone just nonsense. Turn my light on real quick. Hopefully that makes the lighting a little bit better. Not by much, but we tried. Should have played the 7 deuce. This club actually runs a 7 deuce bounty sometimes. Hit it once. They were doing $250 for anyone who won with 7 deuce, and I did it like 5 minutes after they said it. I just had 7 deuce, 3-bet, bet flop, won, showed it, pay me. It was great. Damn. Stop calling me during the stream. Basically, you're saying those stakes playing more exploitative is more profitable. The stakes matter less than the players. Like, if someone's playing, like, optimally GTO actually good, it's pretty easy to just see that they're playing good in GTO and optimally. But, like, if their sizes vary, their hand strength varies, you know, they have no, I don't know, no standard kind of lines here and there, for lack of a better word, then yeah, you need to out GTO the GTO players. You know, you have to know what they're doing and exploit them. But if they're just playing any two for any reason, you know, then yeah, your GTO doesn't matter a whole lot, because the computer in GTO made its strategy based on the theory that the other player be playing optimally and playing good. But if they're not, GTO doesn't matter anymore. Like, if this guy plays 8-5 suited because it's his favorite hand, he was 85 in high school, you know, the computer doesn't know that he plays that hand. He thinks that they would never play that hand, so it tells you different things. So, really, exploitation is really what you need to do in most poker games, honestly. Average rent in Florida, probably, I mean, if you're in a city, like $1,500 to $2,000 for like apartments and houses. It's pretty gross, honestly. When I was still working and in college, it was only like $750, and now it's like $2,000 because of the inflation was that bad. And then, you know, when everyone was leaving like New York and California to come to Florida, they would like buy houses for like cash, and like the demand was so high that people could just raise their price to like whatever they wanted a lot of places. So I'd say quite expensive, but you know, New York, you can have an apartment for like $4K a month that's like 400 square feet, so maybe it's not that bad. 6 for 6-5. Let's run it. Let's hit some clubs. Clubs? No clubs. Yeah, this is going to be a check fold for me. Do I ever play on PC? No, like I played Ignition Casino for a while because it was Bovada and it was the only thing I had for a while, but really didn't like it. Felt sketchy, felt bad, because like, you know, when like an online site feels weird, like just weird things happen consistently. So Stop doing that. Now I only do the clubs because basically I know everyone here. Like I know all these people. They're literal players in Florida, so I trust them, and they're people I play live with, all the time. So like collusion's a lot less likely when you play with the exact same people on a live table often enough. Like you can see it, but like online, just randomly, big clubs. I mean, it can be bad. Well, I was gonna raise to 8, only raised to 6, and Queen still gets a walk. Ah well. Yes, I do run this club. This is the Kyle Club. So, anyone interested, you can message me on Instagram afterwards, Kyle_official. Or otherwise, I'm on Telegram at KyleOfficial. Just comment on a video, whichever. I'm pretty easy to get in contact with. I have Twitter that I don't check that often. Probably should get more into it. Yes, Stefan. In Florida specifically, there's a lot of retired people. And people who are retired been like, oh, I worked for 30 years selling cars or owning a car dealership, sold it, moved to Florida, and now I have more money than time. So they just go to the casino to lose a few $1,000s because it doesn't even matter to them, and they literally like never win. So, you'll have such a disparity. You'll have like 5 or 6 60-plus-year-olds at a table, along with like 3 or 4 people who are just like crushers, and they all have the big stacks, and the other guys just kind of play. And it's a very polite atmosphere because everyone knows you're there to make them have fun, so they keep coming. And there's friendly banter. It's not toxic at all. Like I've been at some actual like European pro-centric toxic tables where they're like chastising people for plays and stuff. That's not Florida, at least. Vegas, a little bit, but I don't. Every light opens a 3-bet, I swear. Every time. Ugh. Can I get 3-bet when I have queens or kings? What the hell? Ah, well, ace 5's probably not going to continue. Yeah, one funny story about people not caring. There was this older gentleman playing the 2-5 deep stack game in Bonita Springs. It was I think it was like 500 or 3K max was like the stakes, and like everyone bought into for 2 or 3K, but this dude bought in for $500, and he played like a really bad hand, just got it in, lost, bought it again, just got in, lost, did it again, did it literally. I counted 6 times. On the 6th time, he like got like a quadruple up and plus some. He literally had like a 3K stack, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, why didn't you just buy in for 3K if you were just gonna ship it consistently and then pray and then get it eventually? Hopefully I can flop an ace and have an easy decision. Not an easy decision. Man, I hate falling to 1-bet, but I just know this guy's gonna fire all 3 streets, even over bet. Like, I'm just not gonna be a hold on against him. He would do it with like 8s too, so it's kind of dumb to just fold ace queen to this board. It's a bad fold. Hello, my next vlog, hopefully I'll have it done by tomorrow, uploaded by tomorrow night, maybe Wednesday. It's a long one. It's like 35 plus minutes because it's a stream I did 5-5-10-20 with Chris Moneymaker. So I'm really trying to, add everything in correctly and, take some time with it. But spoiler alert, I get destroyed. So, there's that. But still, it's not like a normal like 12 to 15 minute vlog. It's quite extensive, so that's why it's taking me a bit of time. But, should be done by tomorrow night, up by Wednesday, something like that. So stay tuned, and then gonna play Thursday, get a video out of that session. So I'll be back on track. Bit of delay the last few weeks because Hurricane Ian hit my side of Florida. Everything was shut down for a few days. Then it was Labor Day, so I had like family stuff and like Labor Day weekend and things. So I didn't really play then, and then I got COVID right after that, or before that, during that. At some time I had COVID. Sometime I got it, and then I felt it, like a little bit after Labor Day, but now I'm on the back end of that, so couldn't really play then either. So that's what's up. I've never been to Mississippi to play poker. I've seen many videos from the Boulevard. I've heard great things there. North Carolina sounds really good. There's a few places that I'd like to visit to play, but when you're traveling for poker, then you have to you're already down like a K. You're down for a car, you're down for gas, you're down for rooms, meals, so going into a session already down that much and needing to make that up just to break even it's difficult to do. So that's why, when you're traveling for the poker, you're investing pretty heavily in it at that point. So got to be prepared. Versus, I could just drive, a few miles down the street and play at a casino in Florida. I do think Euro Pros are bad for the game, but only because they don't add anything to the game. There's nothing wrong with going to a casino, playing well, and winning. That's what everyone wants to do. Everyone who sits down wants to win. Everyone who sits down wants to play well and not completely play ridiculously. But the thing with the European pros that I've seen personally, and obviously there's good ones out there, people who are chatty, but they don't talk to anyone ever for any reason about anything. Where are you from? Oh, they just kind of wave and they don't say anything. And then they don't banter, they don't have fun. And if they lose, even a small pot, I was in Vegas one time, pot was maybe $50, and a guy lost. He immediately got up and started what I can only assume swearing to the guy next to him in Dutch. It wasn't even a language I recognized. He was a white guy, so I was like, I don't even know what you're saying, but calm down, dude. Clearly angry, not even low key about it. And it was $50, and we're playing 2-5, 1500 max. It was shocking to the point where I'm like, I don't even want. This isn't even where I want to be. This isn't fun. What's wrong with you? So that happened one time. Thought it was super weird, and then, consistently that's what happens. And then they'll just if they're at the same table, they'll just openly talk in a different language, which is against the rules. But I'm never even going to tell them not to. You do whatever you want, but because if it wasn't about poker, because you speak English, we've heard you say sentences, ordering and whatnot. If it wasn't about poker or about the hands, I know you wouldn't be saying it in that language. So, it's kind of sketchy, kind of weird. Just know what you're getting into. Thank you, Angela. I appreciate the first time commenting. Sounds nice. Hopefully you do it again. I'm glad you appreciate my content. Try to add a little bit of spice to it, a little bit of a, let's say, uniqueness, extra value, add some jokes here and there. It's kind of what I do. Gulf Coast, Mississippi is like mini Las Vegas. That's cool. But there was one German European that was in Bonita Springs for a long time. I don't know why he was there, but he stayed there for a few months. We actually talked a lot. He was good. I was good. We talked about YouTube. He didn't really watch my channel. He wasn't into that sort of scene, but he knew what he was doing, and he was a nice guy. So did have one nice European friend in poker. say, because we talked every time we played together, and we traded shows. Like, if he won a big hand and he wanted to see it, I would just show him and be like, okay, you owe me one. And we did that for a while. And, you know, I remember one time I had a really big hand and, like, I just tank folded for a while. And afterwards he's like, you know I owe you one, right? You want to see it? I'm like, no, like if I thought I was good, I would just call. It's fine. And they just show it anyway. So he was a really nice guy. Let's not get an 8. Queen is fine. Jack 8 was already beating me. Gonna have to raise this one. Ugh, that's gross. Oh well. No board pair. Ugh. Well, beat everything. But oh, Jack 9 wins too, or King Jack. Damn, that's gross. Man, I don't think this person's bluffing. They just checked back when they had middling showdown value last time. Ugh, such a dumb spot. All right, we're putting some tank on this one. This person I do not think is bluffing is the worst part. Like the other guy I knew had bluffs. This guy 3-bet turn. Do you ever do that with like clubs or? I don't think so. Dang, that's so disappointing. Yeah, I don't think I can call this one. Yeah, it's disappointing. Wish the board would have paired one time. Jeez. So please start watching, learning from you and other bloggers. Well, I appreciate that. I try to add a little bit of educational value. I don't consider myself an expert by any means, but I do try to add a little bit of reasoning behind the things that I do versus, you know, just clicking buttons. But it is disappointing. I just folded a set, so maybe you should not learn from me because I don't think. Pretty sure every computer would say just call there. Just, oh, he has all these missed draws, all these missed bluffs. But I'm like, those aren't really 3-betting the turn. Only made straights are really 3-betting the turn, so I don't really think that I can finish there, so you know. Yeah, poker is a lot of emotional moments, a lot of highs, a lot of lows, a lot of pain, some triumph, and I started doing that because that's how I literally spoke about hands. When someone would tell me like, oh, what happened today? I'm like, listen, I feel like I was kicked in the nuts like the scene from this one movie. Like that's how I would literally explain it to people. And they're like, oh yeah, I get it. And I was like, maybe I'll just put it in my videos just like that because, you know, I guess it was as relatable as I thought it was. Yeah, Stefan again. It's just my opinion and my own experience. So, you know, anything is possible, but that's what I've seen. So, I'm sure it's not that way for everywhere, but you know, like everything in life, there are good actors and bad actors, and people who are really good for the game, and people who are kind of, I guess, toxic, for lack of a better word. Yep. It is quite painful to lose. There is a lot of pain in it, but that's partially because I care so much. Like, I try a lot, probably harder than you should. I put more emotion into it than you probably should. To be good at poker, you have to be dead inside. You have to just not care if things go wrong and just be willing to punt thousands if you think the spot's good and just live with the results. But me, it's just like, can I fade a club one freaking time? Absolutely never. There it is. Like 10 of clubs on the river, I'm dead. So, you know, not necessarily the best way to play, but be lying to say if it's not how I think sometimes. But we're going to end up doing about 1 or 2 more laps. I tried to stream for about an hour on Mondays. Otherwise, I can see you all next Monday. I appreciate everyone for stopping by. Wonderful to chat with y'all. Anyone interested in playing with me, you can message me on Instagram. It's Kyle_official. Message me on Telegram. Facebook me. Whatever. You know, I'm easy to find. It's a weird comment. And yeah, I will see you on these tables, possibly in a card room around Florida, possibly next time I stream next Monday. You know, tune in, you can be at the same table as me, watch the stream, snipe me, see everything that's happening. Seems like a little bit of extra value for anyone that wants to play against me. And looks like I'm going to end, hopefully, knock on wood, up like $30. Was up 150, but clearly that tens hand is the most important one. But ended up folding. Sometimes it just doesn't feel right to call. Gotta get the music back on. Probably not playing this one either, but oh well, $30 for an hour of work, not that bad. I suppose we'll just take it, move on to the next week. What? I can see a free flop. King, no king. Check fold. King, half pot. Raise, because that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Club, why not? Man. So dumb. Maybe I should just call there. I don't know. It's just like getting such dumb runouts. It's just like everything gets there and raise on a king. I have no kick. Like, do you even bet the river with like king jack there? For pot? Probably not, but clubs get there. 8-10, 9-7, Jack 9, 4-5, everything and then some. So, not the best run towards the end, but that's going to happen sometimes. So, got a few more hands here, and then we're going to call it a stream. Playable. 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 Diamonds. 8. Call once because we're in position. He checks to us, we can pretty easily take it down, I think. Hope he checks to me. Planning on raising, so well, I guess we will. Just give me credit for a jack. I could have a jack. I could easily have a jack. There we go. Stealing some profit at the end. Love it. Love the steal. That's a good somewhat finisher. We get another playable one. That's fun. But if we make it 6 and we get 3-bet, probably just folding, so I guess we'll see. Maybe not against just the big blind. Take another 3 down. Alright, this is going to be it for me. Thank you all for joining me. I appreciate it. Remember to like, subscribe my videos. Helps me out a ton. Appreciate that as well.